handprint scar, and that's pretty weird if you think about it, you know? Like, it looks like you were touched by some weird monster, right? And then, you know, for poor Dean, everybody was asking a lot of questions and stuff like that. So what they did is they did a skin graft, and they took a piece of skin that's like this, that looks just like that, off of his right butt cheek, and they grafted it onto his shoulder. So now he has like a handprint, you know, mark on his butt, but you know, it's not nearly as prominent. So, pardon me? Okay, that felt like a non sequitur. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Misha. I'm sorry if my voice is shaky, but this is my first convention, and I saw my name up there. I was like, thanks, Jesus.
Okay.
Maybe Jesus got involved here. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Can I just sidebar for 1 second? So somebody recently said whenever I was Castiel, they were like, well, you know, I shouldn't be laughing about this. Well, you know how, like, whenever you're Castiel and you touch Dean's shoulder, you touch Dean on the right shoulder, but whenever you were possessed by somebody else or a human, you touch Dean on the left shoulder, right? And I was like, oh yeah.
You didn't notice.
And they said, was that in the script, or was that director's choice, or is that just actor's choice? And I was like, no, that's across the board, always in the script. Not in the script. And she walked away when I was like, I have no idea. So I think that woman still thinks that is true. But the truth is, a lot of the times, it's like, wait a minute, we don't know, nobody on set can remember how to do these things. Like, so wait a minute, when we're teleporting, what do I do? Do I touch you on the forehead? No, that's healing. We touch you on the shoulder. So a lot of times, like, we do the I'm gonna knock you unconscious move when we're trying to teleport or try to heal somebody. Or I'm doing the, you know, suck a demon out of you move when I'm trying to heal you. So Cass is actually, like, screwing stuff up all the time because neither myself nor anyone else on the crew can remember what we're doing.
Hi again.
Hi again.
Okay, so my question
Yes.
is, you know, a little weird, but I mean...
It's your first con, what the hell, why not?
Yeah.
Live it up.
So, my question is, why are Cass's lips so chapped? Like, can we get some EOS and baby lips up in here? Like...
Damn. Wow.
Some what? What are the products that you're pushing?
EOS or baby lips by Maybelline, you know? They're like, come in the different tubes. There's like Dr. Medicine, or like original, you know?
Are you like a multi-level marketing Maybelline sales rep?
But come to me after the show.
You've got some free samples?
Yeah, I'm in the email there.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Cass, so Cass, here's the problem for Cass. Cass has he's in the unfortunate situation of being in a vessel that is portrayed by a guy who goes out in the sun and doesn't wear chapstick. So,
That's
tough luck for him. Thanks so much for your question. Yeah. Hi.
Okay, so I just want to say that you have helped me through so much in my life. Oh my God. Sorry. I struggled through a lot while watching Supernatural, and I think both your character and you as a person really helped me get through that, and I'm so thankful for that. I'm so sorry. Okay, so my question was, what was your experience as like a teenager with like, because I know you've said before that you were like bullied and stuff, and at times you didn't really have like a home really, so like what's your full experience with that?
Well, first of all, let me give you a quick hug. It's okay. this way. I've discovered that I've stranded myself down here. I think it's an amazing thing about this show to find that it has served as a lifeline. This is an enormous stage. It served as a lifeline in many ways for a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons. They identify with characters or something that an actor on the show has said resonates with them, or the community that has evolved organically around the show has served as a safety net for so many people. And that is something that I feel truly blessed to be a part of. It's just an amazing phenomenon that is very rare and very precious, and I think that we're all very lucky to be a part of it. And your story is, I wish I could say that was the first time I've heard somebody say something like that, but I've heard a lot of young people say that they have struggled with depression or self-harm or feelings of self-worthlessness, and somehow some thread that they pulled from Supernatural and its expanding community has provided comfort to them, and that's really amazing. So know that you are a part of a community here, and that there's a lot of people that are willing to help. By the way, we're just getting that crisis support network set up, and it's really coming together great. And I think we're going to post some update about it like tomorrow. So it's great news. And I think that it's very common for people to struggle. I think most people have some struggle in their early lives. I know that I did. Our family did not have a lot of money. We were homeless a lot and struggled with some of the issues around poverty. But we had a very loving nuclear family that was very important to me, and I think that was, that helped me a lot get through hard times. And I also think that, I hate to say it, but I wouldn't change any of the bad things that I went through, because I feel like, I learned from them and they made me stronger. That sounds trite, and it's not always true that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Sometimes what doesn't kill you almost kills you, and that's not good. Yeah, I don't know. I guess all I can say is that luckily you may have landed in a spot that has a community that is supportive and loving and will help. So, thanks. Lucky. Oh, and you have somebody that loves you right there. That's nice. Hi.
Hi. So in Seattle, you sold Girl Scout cookies, and in Phoenix, you bought us pizza. So what's next on the Misha food tour?
I see what's happened. Now it's like, oh, that was a shit panel. He gave us nothing. I skipped lunch because I assumed he was going to bring food. Last time I go to a Misha panel, I don't know. We didn't even get a cake for poor Jackie. Sorry. Do you have any ideas?
Cannoli's good.
Do you have a good cannoli? Do you have a line on a good cannoli dealer?
Only back in Idaho, where I'm from.
Okay.
So if you want to fly it in.
Okay, great. So I'm now like chartering a jet full of cannolis, trying to rush it in time for Jared and Jensen's panel tomorrow. The cookies my kids made, those were delicious. done some. So I've done some episodes of this show that we call in our house and on the internet, Cooking Fast and Fresh with West. And it's basically, for those of you who haven't seen it, it's basically my son like grabs whatever off of the grocery store shelves and then makes a catastrophic mess in the kitchen and cooks it all together in some horrific poisonous concoction that I then pretend to enjoy. And it looks very fun, and we edit out all the parts of the video where I'm like, stop it, you shit. And everybody posts, like, oh my God, you're the best dad ever. I'm totally gonna do this with my kids. And you know, people always do that. People always post like, oh my God, I'm gonna totally do this with my kids. And then that account goes dormant and you never hear from them. And I know what's happened. They've gone through a similar experience and it's been very traumatic for everybody involved and they're no longer speaking to their children. And this initially started because my son is very sort of independent and strong-willed, and we'd go to the grocery store, we'd go shopping, we'd come home, and they'd be like, what the fucking ham hock? Like, we don't eat pig's feet, what are these doing? And like, we just have these weird items that we had never even noticed on the grocery store shelves in there. Or like fluorescent colored candies in like the big super packs. I'm like, I don't actually know how they managed to get checked out. I think he must have had like a total strategy. He'd put it in, he'd put it under something else, and then he'd slip it up onto the belt, and then he'd like go and like pee in the aisle while they're checking it out. So we'd go, no, don't do that. And then it would wind up in a bag, and we'd get home, and we'd be like, who the hell got 15 pounds of Swedish fish? And so we do these things, but this really was, he sort of started it, and we basically, like the first one, we were just basically filming what was already happening in our house. But I would caution you, don't do that with your children. Like, it sets them on the wrong course, where they think that they can just create explosions in your kitchen. And now I'm like, what do you think you're doing? Like, what kind of an animal does this at 6:30 in the morning? Like, all I want to do is I want a fucking cup of tea, and I can't have that because there's like soggy Cheerios mashed into every corner of the couch. Like, who gave you this idea? And he's like, Dad, you did. You made those videos, and everybody thinks they're funny. So, just be aware. It's very dangerous.
Hi, Misha. It's so nice to see you.
Good to see you. One more thing, but just since I mentioned couches, we were watching. We got a new couch because we set up like we have a basement that doesn't have any windows, and I was like, this is going to be awesome because we have this old projector. We'll project on the wall, and we'll like be able to watch big things on the wall. It'll be like a movie theater, except for very, very low resolution. And so we got a couch down in the basement, and the kids don't really watch much TV. Like, we don't allow them to watch TV for the most part, because TV, as you know, pollutes your brain. And so Mason, she was down there, and she was we're watching the Olympics, and very exciting Olympic men's volleyball, and she's like, wow, really into it. And so she took off her clothes, and she's like, sort of like going like this on the couch, like almost like shadowing their moves, like this. And then she goes, uh-oh, Dad, uh-oh, oh no, Dad, oh no. And I'm like, what? So what? I'm pooping. And long story short, she pooped a lot. And she was like, I'm sorry, Mason, for telling the story. I'll never do it again. But she caught a lot of it in her hand because she's like, and then she realized, like, what am I going to do with this? And then she was like, ugh. And this was all because we don't allow them to watch TV, it turns out. Because she was so excited to be watching TV that she didn't want to go to the bathroom. So she was like, I don't want to miss, I'll miss some TV, and there's such precious little television time. Oh, God, hi guys.
Oh my God.
This is an unfortunate glimpse into a Misha panel. We don't normally talk about stuff like this. That's weird that you're there.
That's exactly how I imagined your house was.
Note to self, don't sit on the couch.
How long have you guys been there?
For a while.
Okay, good. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, it was a mess, but we got it all clean. She went up to the bathroom. I was like, actually, I carried her like up to the bathroom, and I was like, finish on the toilet. And she was like, okay. But first, I gotta wash my hands. And then she peed all over the floor while she was. It was great.
It's awesome. It says a lot about Mason, about television.
About television, yeah.
About parenting.
About parenting.
Was Mason's answer the same as Wes when you said, who taught you how to poop all over the furniture? You did, Dad. You make those videos and people think they're funny. You want to do one last one? Okay, let's do it.
This is so true.
Ask you a show-related question. When you have to do a physical part, when Dean was really whomping on Castiel, when he killed the Steins, and then Castiel talked to him, how do you prepare for a really physical scene like that when you get thrown all over the place?
Stunt double.
What did you say? You can always tell when someone says inappropriate things because there's a smattering of cackling. So to prepare for a scene, if we're going to do very sort of precise, like stage combat stuff, it's very important for everybody to get very inebriated in advance. To just limber you up. We do a little bit of practicing, we rehearse it so that you know. I don't know if you know this, but we don't just like go randomly swinging at each other and hope that we don't hit each other. We actually say, all right, you're going to do 2 punches, and then you're going to get up off the ground, and you're going to kick him in the balls, and you're going to bite his ear and rip it off. And, so we sort of meticulously choreograph it. We'll do a version of it in a wide shot, and then we'll do some close-up shots, and then they'll do a pass with the stunt guys, and those are all the ones that look legitimate. We had one scene where Sam was possessed by, what's his name? Gadriel. And the idea is Cass comes out of nowhere and just punched him and knocked his lights out, right? And everybody, for some reason, like Bob Singer and Jensen and a bunch of some writers, everybody happened to be behind the monitors at this point. And we did the first take, and everybody was like, yeah, that was hilarious. And, oh, you were serious? Because apparently my big knockout punch to Gadriel had looked like.
Yeah, we do.
So that was a slightly sobering moment for me. I mean, they really came out like, you got it. That was. Oh. Okay. Thank you.
Great story, man. Home run. No. Misha Collins, how has this year in Minneapolis compared to last year in Minneapolis? Are you enjoying this year better?
What was it that you said in the hallway? Richard came up in the hallway and he was like, hey, if you're feeling nostalgic or anything, we could, maybe go out later, arrange for a mugging.
In fairness, I offered to mug you myself. I'd rally up some thugs and mug you.
So far it's been very boring compared to last year. Yeah, very boring, yeah. which is great.
And it's weird walking around with your wallet in your pants, probably. That's gonna feel strange. I've never been to Minneapolis with my own phone.
I can see out of both eyes.
Hey, I can smile without blood pooling in my mouth. But we digress. I would argue too soon.
Somehow, I think their emotional reaction to your mugging, which is a horrific thing. We're now laughing about it in hindsight. They're like, hey, Rich, Misha, Rob, come on. But let's not joke about that. That's not funny. But boy, they cackled like crazy people about you shitting on the couch. I mean, that's when the gloves come off when it comes to kids ruining crap with crap. You people, you confusing lot. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, an unharmed Misha Collins.